Hey guys, just to tell you, when I was talking about science and the relationship between Christians and science, I believe a little bit differently on it right now, but that's okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll find out during the video. But do some Everything's fine, guys. Everything's fine for real. Everything's actually fine. I just dropped something. Everything's fine. But a little bit of, I guess, housekeeping, if you will. If you're here for the very first time, welcome, welcome. Hope you enjoy my video. If you're somebody coming back, welcome again. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. And yeah, enjoy the video as well. Get researches, other, you know, good extra biblical and true extra biblical researches, historical researches to do that. How do you think they found, like, King David? If I'm correct, back then, some people didn't believe that King David exists. What happened? We found King David. And the Philistines, we found them. People say that they didn't exist. That's extra biblical research, historical research that we found. Because we did look at the word and we were like, okay, this is where they say that they were. Let's dig up, let's research, let's see if there's anything there. Like with science, pretty much it's supposed to be in a Christian perspective, but maybe not in the secular perspective, is pretty much how God did this and the evidence of it in a logical way for people who might see a little bit different. Same thing with some historian. Like, okay, I see the Bible. It says to go here to find these such and such people. And I'm like, okay, let's go there. Let's dig it up. Let's see if we found it. And well, we found it. Obviously, because the Bible said so. Because the Bible is a Middle Eastern historical book. That's very important with a lot of things, especially in the Old Testament, especially in books like Deuteronomy and those type of books. That God's evil, even though he isn't. You have to look at the context and have to remember this is a Middle Eastern historical book. You got to remember that in general. So let's finish this man's video. How do we explain God to his own son? You don't. He's supposed to know. Jesus is supposed to know he's the Son of God. You don't explain to him that. And that's the problem with the movie The Young Messiah in general. It doesn't know what it's doing. Sorry about that. I just did a little bit of a rant. Again, it just doesn't know what it was doing at the end of the day. I'm done with ranting with The Young Messiah. Let's continue.
New age make him a spirit being. And so if you just say he was made in the likeness of men and don't explain that he was actually found in fashion, meaning he was fashioned as a man. He had a male body. He was physical. He was real. And he humbled himself. This is nothing but the old Gnostic heresy. And it plays into the whole thing of Jesus kind of being this otherworldly, mystical thing that
I gotta admit that it's true. A lot of people are like, oh, Jesus didn't exist. It was just a spiritual figure. It was a metaphor. No, he was real, guys. Calm down and get back to the Bible. I mean, I'm not against you, but if you're gonna say, oh, Jesus was just a metaphor, I'll still try to tell you that that's not true. We can be friends, but I'm just saying. Jesus isn't just some type of metaphor or spirit. He was a man, he lived, he died, he rose again, he told the truth. Okay? Alright, just to tell you guys that. Yeah, I guess what I just need to say here is, again, I agree in some things what this person is saying, some things that he's saying is true. But not everything he's saying that I agree with. I'm just trying to tell you guys that you can agree and disagree with somebody at the same time. Like, you can agree with some things that they're doing, but not everything that they're doing. Which, in some cases, is just in general with a Christian and a non-Christian, you agree with them, but you might not agree with their lifestyle depending on what it is. If it's not godly, if it's not Christian, then you should say, I can't go to a bar with you. I can't go to a Buddhist temple with you. I can't meditate with you with the sakura and all that. I can't do that. But I can do bowling and I can invite you to my church. I know that might seem a little bit weird, but okay, I'm not gonna go to your temple, but you should go to my church. I wouldn't ask somebody who I know who might be a Buddhist or a different religion than I am, saying I can't go to your stuff, but you can definitely go to my stuff. Now, if they want to, then I'm like, okay, but you might have to do this and that because, again, you're going to a different religion building in a sense of a way. There's different types of moral codes and stuff like that in some cases. And I could get into that, but I'm just saying in general. So, yeah. And also, when it comes to extra biblical stuff, research it, find out if this is true or not. Because not all extra biblical stuff are extra biblical stuff. Some things are like, okay, that's not true. You don't have evidence of that. Like the whole Da Vinci Code. You don't have actual historical evidence for that. I don't believe that. There's so many other things that can back up that claim that that's not historical or factual or even biblical. Of course, it isn't biblical, but at the end of the day, just do a balance of research history while researching the Bible, while meditating on the Bible, while just studying the Bible in general. Because that's how you can really do stuff like this. And I'm not saying Greg Moore hasn't done that. Check out his videos, he might have, but a lot of other things like pseudoscience. No, I think he said pseudo scholar is really like you don't you wouldn't agree with all the historical factors that David was real and the Philistines were real because it's like all that's in the Bible, so you would believe that, but you see what I'm trying to say? Like a little bit biased. Of course, research the researchers and research the research because not every single thing that people research on the Bible historically is biblically or Christianly, or Christian true, or true with Christianity. So yeah, in general, just do your own research your own research, and just find things that are sort of in the pattern. That's usually how people do that. Like if CNN said this, but Fox News says this, but NBC News said what Fox News says, most likely I might go to those Fox News and NBC than CNN. But if there's actual tangible evidence of something, and Fox News and NBC didn't, but both Fox News and NBC say things differently, but if CNN has tangible evidence of this, I might go to them. But if they don't, if it's just them saying stuff and researching stuff, but Fox News and NBC say something different, they say something different from CNN, but both Fox News and NBC say the same thing, I might go to them. If I'm correct, that's usually how that works. So, yeah, just do your research, maybe even research your research, and just spend more time with God. And at the end of the day, when it comes to entertainment and the Bible, and sort of putting them together with biblical movies, depending on your audience, you could put less or more Bible, but don't put made up stuff in like Noah 2014. Yeah, it's telling me to wrap it up. I'm wrapping it up, phone. But all joke aside, yeah, just yeah, just I got nothing else to say. Being honest, yeah. God bless and have a great day. And that was sort of defending the young Messiah. We finally did it, guys. We did it. Welcome to the finish line. Yeah, if I'm correct, I might talk about it again, because I did, again, take notes. I did, I think, talk about that, but I edited that out because if I'm correct, I was done with the video. I don't know, I'll talk about that way later on, but, just some housekeeping, if you will. Sorry. After this video, I'll be returning to my podcast with a different VTuber form, if you will. And yeah, hope you guys are ready for it. It's okay. It's not gonna be necessarily like boom, but yeah, I think it's gonna be something like nice change. That looks nice. And thank you. Yeah. And see you guys later.